goal is to revamp our little coffee bar section here on the counter. I've recently realized that the 4 trips that we take to Starbucks is actually costing us about $80 to $90 a month, which is completely unnecessary when we have perfectly functioning coffee machines, coffee pods, Starbucks cups at home, and we can just completely reduce that extra unnecessary transaction at Starbucks by just making it at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I personally make some of the coffee I enjoy and that my husband enjoys at home. Very easy to make, just a few steps, but I'm gonna share some tips and tricks that you may not know of. I personally learned these when I worked at Starbucks, and it's been a game changer, just from how to pour the shot, when to pour it, what steps you should take first to preserve the shot. And I'm gonna show you guys what the little coffee situation looks like right now, and then I'm gonna do a quick little unboxing a little bit later, and then I will show you what it looks like after. But let's take a look. Right now we've got our little nugget ice machine, our Keurig that makes both pods and pot coffee. Definitely a really unique buy. I think only Walmart carries this specific brand of Keurig. And then we have our Nespresso. Let's go ahead and get it going. And our frother that came with it. Of course, right above it, we've got our little cup situation going. So anything coffee related is also here. And then in this drawer, this is where all of our kind of beverages live. So all of our straws and mixing spoons for the coffee and cocktails, our Nespresso pods, our liquid IVs, our, what are these, crystal lights, tea, more tea, sugar, coffee filters. And then we have a little more in this cabinet here, and this is where our teapots and the sauces and syrups live, along with the ground coffee and matcha. But my goal is to incorporate those sauces and syrups alongside the machine because we are using it more often than we used to. So that's the before. I will show you guys the after in just a moment, but let's go ahead and jump into making some coffee. Okay, so the very first thing that you want is a cup that you can make your coffee in. I personally prefer these cups just because they have the same lines that the Starbucks cups do that you can buy in store. And if you've never worked at Starbucks before, you're like, what the heck are these lines? What do they mean? They actually tell you what to do. The very first thing is to add your syrup and figure out what flavor you want, if you want a flavor, and then figure out what type of milk you want to use. We recently switched over to whole milk. It was a weird phenomena because we used to use like almond milk or soy milk, but one day we were like, hey, let's try whole milk. And what triggered it was this delicious coffee in Portland, Oregon that I cannot stop thinking about. That coffee really made me enjoy the thickness and the creaminess of it, and I thought to myself, what can it be? What am I doing wrong? And it's the milk. The milk is the game changer. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out our milk. Amy, what would you like for your coffee today? A macchiato? Okay, so we're gonna make a salted caramel macchiato today. So let's get the syrup. And the trick for the syrup, since we don't have a pump right now, is to add the syrup to the bottom of this little line. I would guess that this is about 2 to 3 pumps, which isn't bad because the standard is 6 pumps. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up to this little line here. Next thing is to add your milk. We are just using the Lucerne Safeway brand whole milk, whatever is cheapest, and then you're gonna add that in to the second line. And the next important thing is how you plan on pouring your shots. Normally what I see a lot of people on TikTok and Instagram is that they let the shot pour in the espresso machine and then they get their cups ready. But by the time you actually pour the espresso shot in, it's dead. It dies within 10 seconds, and then it's bitter, it's dark, and it's just no longer as effective as it was when it was first poured. So that's why you want to have your milk poured in. And then a tip is that the espresso shot will actually keep living as long as it hits milk, syrup, or any type of substance besides ice or water. So what I like to do is just pour in a driplet of milk in there, barely, like non-existent. You can barely see it. It's right in there. And then when the espresso shot hits it, it'll keep living. So my next step here is to pour the espresso shot. So we're gonna do 3 shots, pulling out similar colors. Okay. And then 2 straws. Of course, we want the Starbucks colored ones. So I have 6 shots here, 3 purples and 3 dark gray. And one of us is gonna get the purple and then the gray. So we're just gonna start with the purples, pop that shot in, and we're gonna use the smaller of the 2. That way it's a little bit more concentrated. With the milk, giving it a nice little swirl in the barista pitcher. And I'm gonna add in about 3 scoops of the nugget ice. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pour the espresso over. Now we've got a macchiato. So this is a salted caramel macchiato. As you can see that it is split into the 3 sections. So the syrup, the milk, and the coffee. So for the best effect, you definitely want to mix it up a little bit as you drink it. And so I'm just gonna mix this one up so you guys can see the beautiful color afterward. Starbucks, this would have been at least probably $8, and I saved it by just making it at home. The milk, just for context, was $1.49. It was on sale. Normally it's $3.49, and I got it for $1.49, $6 or $7 at the store. And then of course ice is something that it just produces at home with the water. Already saving some money instead of going somewhere else and just paying for the plastic and the ice that you can just make at home. So let's go ahead and taste this. So good. So good. I honestly prefer the salted caramel flavor instead of the vanilla that goes into the macchiato. And the espresso pods that we buy are just like the regular Nespresso ones. So this is the purple one that we used, and a sleeve of 10 is less than $10. I believe it's $8 on Nespresso's website. So you typically spend about $100 rounded a month for espresso. So that's already saving you a ton of money, because that is at least 100 espresso pods, and just a little bit more sustainable than going to Starbucks or Dutch Bros or any other coffee shop when you can just make it at home. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Stay tuned for the unboxing where we're gonna revamp the little coffee bar here, and then I will show you guys the after. Hey guys, so as promised, we are here for segment 2 of the video. And our very first one is from Amazon, and this should be a tray, hopefully it fits, and the pumps for the syrups that I'm gonna unbox in just a second here. So let's see. Hopefully these fit, but they're just some gold pumps to some gold pumps to go for the gold topped Torani bottles. There are 6 in here. Interesting, I thought I bought 5, but there are 6. And then this little tray, hopefully it fits. The idea is that we can fit like 3 syrups alongside the machines, and I love the wood. It goes with the wood tones, the stick, the table. We have wooden tones throughout the house, so this should be perfect. So the little tray was $8.49. And then the pumps, again, remember there are 6 of them, cost $12. And those pumps, as long as you keep them clean and wash and sanitize, you can reuse them. But of course, if they start to get grimy, you will need to replace them, just like you would with any other product. But I would say that's a pretty good deal for a little revamp. I personally checked out TJ Maxx over the weekend to see if they had any similar trays or something better for cheaper, and they did not. They had nothing. So I'm very happy with this. Hopefully it fits and it matches the aesthetic I'm looking for. Box number 2. These should be all of the Torani syrups and the sauces. I'm gonna need some scissors. Scissors, let's cut this open. Oobies, watch out. Here. And it was significantly cheaper. It saves you so much money if you buy it in quote unquote bulk. But some of the other flavors that I got, this was a part of a trio. So it's 3 flavors for a cheaper price. So this is toasted marshmallow. And then it came with brown sugar cinnamon. That would be a good one to try. And then it came with the pumpkin spice. And then I also ordered some peppermint and some just cane sugar sweetener. We're really into the passion tea lemonades from Starbucks, and the cane syrup is what goes into that to make it sweeter. So ideally, to save some money throughout the summer or for those days that we don't want caffeine, we can make our own at home. I did get some of the sauces. So I got the white chocolate and the sea salt caramel chocolate and just the regular caramel. So super excited to try some new flavors. Some of them are flavors we already have in like a little sampler pack, but we just wanted a larger one. See if this tray even fits. I think it should. If we push this back, it could fit like that. But I'm thinking I'm actually gonna move the frother potentially like right here, and then this way this can scoot back a little bit. So let's try that. Perfect. And then let's see if the syrups fit. Perfect. So all 3 syrups fit right on that little tray. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take the plastic off the tray, make sure that the pumps are clean, and I'm gonna go ahead and put those in, and I will be right back. So the next step is to unravel the plastic from the tray, take the paper foil off the syrup, and then put the pumps in. So let's do that. Cinnamon smells very good. Ooh. I'm gonna have to pour some out. Tip, when you put the pump into the syrup, make sure to pump a little bit into it, otherwise it will spill out like it just did here. This is the toasted marshmallow. So you can't see, but the syrup ends at about right here. So then when you put the pump in, obviously it's gonna add volume to the container and it's gonna spill over. So what you want to do is put it in and almost like fill up this pump. There we go. And now it won't spill over. We're gonna do that with this last one, pumpkin spice. Ooh, this one's stuck. Let's use our towel. Okay, so I'm gonna actually run the lid under some hot water. It looks like some of the syrup actually locked it in place. So I'm gonna melt it. All right, so this is the finished little revamp. What I had done was I added this little tray right here along with the 3 syrups, the pumps, and then moved the frother over. So now we have the pumps we like in each drink, and it's easy access and it's a cute little display. Finally finalizes this little coffee nook up. There was a little awkward gap there before, but now we have some syrups. Can't wait to use it tomorrow.